KUB. Most of the time it's going to be an acute abdominal series. An acute abdominal series, or AAS, includes a chest, because I know you love acronyms, a PA chest, an upright abdomen, and a KUB. Okay? Questions? Make sure you know that.
What was the three again? Say that one again.
PA chest, upright abdomen, KUB. Okay? My terrifying story about an acute abdominal series is we had a guy who came through our ER at my first job. I had only been working for about a month as a tech. I had just gotten my certification. He came in through the ER for abdominal pain. I got the order for an acute abdominal series. Went to go get him, brought him over, did the PA chest, turned him around to do the upright abdomen. I was switching my cassettes, and he went, bam, face first into my x-ray table and broke off his front 2 teeth. I thought I was going to lose my job. But the point of that story is that you want to always, like Noor says, ask why your patient's there. And it's not a bad idea when you're in the ER to ask if the patient has had any medications given for pain. The nurse didn't tell me this patient had had Dilaudid for pain, and that Dilaudid made him pass out. Okay? And it happens, I'm not joking, just that fast. In the time it took for me to go, pull that out, and this, he went, I thought he was dead. I remember I went, oh! I went to get the ER doctor, a man named Dr. Singh. He came over and he said, oh, you fell down. And I just remember looking at him like, he wasn't worried. I was terrified. All right. So now we're going to do an acute abdominal series. The second image is an upright abdomen. Don't worry. I'm not going to get you. Nor would you like to demonstrate, or do you want me to demonstrate? Okay. I don't mind either way. Helps to hit the right button. Sure. You guys, I am positioning Noor. I did this for my first group. They thought it was so funny whenever I was the patient. All right, acute abdominal series. I keep saying acute abdominal series. I mean to say upright abdomen. Upright abdomen. On patient Noor's body habitus, we're going to go 14x17 lengthwise or portrait. What is our centering point for an upright abdomen? Absolutely right. Excuse me, folks. 2 inches above the iliac crest. Excuse me. So I can put this here. So sorry. SID is what? 40, which makes this part very easy. What I'm going to do is make sure I'm open to the full height of my cassette. Usually I don't ever collimate in this dimension unless I'm like way into their chest or they're a child. I would maybe collimate a little from side to side depending on the body habitus, okay? But usually on an adult, you're not going to need to do much collimation for an abdomen. The reason this works so well is because now my x-ray tube is so much closer, I can use my right hand to find her crest and go 2 inches up with my index finger. Now I know my centering point, and I just adjust with my left hand, okay? Then I make sure she's nice and centered. I'll make sure that was your crest, right? Mm-hmm. I don't want to be embarrassed in front of the x-ray students. They're right here, and you know how they are. Was that April Lopez? All right, great. So we're centered at her MSP, 2 inches above the iliac crest. April, you make me laugh. And now, what are our breathing instructions? Absolutely. Same as for a KUB. Same reason as for a KUB. Evaluation criteria for an upright abdomen is that we should see both domes of the diaphragms. Okay? Why do we do an upright abdomen? Why is it important to see the domes of the diaphragms? Sorry? Come on, don't. I'm not. It's okay if you're wrong. Not pneumonia. That would be a chest thing, right? But we are looking for free air in the abdomen, okay? If we see air under the left hemidiaphragm, It's not abnormal necessarily because we have air, in the gastric bubble in the stomach as a normal finding. Okay, there's usually a bubble of gas in the stomach or the fundus of the stomach. If I see air under the right hemidiaphragm, that is always, always, always abnormal. Why? Because the liver lives here, and there's no bowel or anything else that is gas containing behind the liver. Okay? So if I see air under the diaphragm, that means that they have a perforation in their bowel, and that's an emergency. Okay?
And if you're doing an upright abdomen, ideally you want them to be upright for around 5 minutes at least, 5 to 20 minutes. If not, it's not the craziest deal, but so that the air can go up.
Same as for like a decubitus, right? Which we haven't done a decubitus abdomen yet, but the reasoning is the same.
So if you're doing a full series and they've already been up, and the rest of the series is you're going to be laying them down, you want to start up with the upright abdomen.
So my routine, and as I'm sure Nora's is for an acute abdominal series, is to do the chest first, then go to the upright abdomen, and then do the KUB. Yes. Okay? Questions?
Is that textbook or that's daily? Okay, textbook.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.